Hello everyone. As we know, Earth is filled with strange places, and here are some of the creepiest ones. Nagoro, Japan. Nagoro is a tiny Japanese village with one very creepy feature, a life-sized doll population that outnumbers the human population. The doll residents are the work of local Tsukimi Ayano, who began making doll replicas of her neighbors after they died or moved away. There are now around 350 dolls in various positions across the town, and only 27 breeding humans, making Nagoro a terrifying toyland. Hill of Crosses, Siauliai, Lithuania. People have been placing crosses on this hill in northern Lithuania since the 14th century. It began in the medieval period to express a desire for Lithuanian independence. Then, after a pleasant uprising in 1831, people began adding to the site in remembrance of dead rebels. The hill became a place of defiance once again during Soviet occupation. The hill and crosses were bulldozed by Soviets 3 times, but locals kept rebuilding it. There are now more than 100,000 crosses. Sedlec Ossuary, Kutna Hora, Czech Republic. Sedlec Ossuary is a small chapel located beneath the cemetery church of All Saints. Back in the early 1300s, an abbot of the Sedlec monastery brought back holy soil from Jerusalem and scattered it across the church cemetery. And suddenly, everyone wanted to be buried in that sacred ground. But when overpopulation kicked in, the old bodies had to be dug up to make room for fresh corpses. So the abbots decided to put the exhumed bones to good use. A local Czech woodcarver named František Grint was given the odd task of arranging the more than 40,000 human remains into 4 candelabras, a family crest, several streamers of bones cascading down from the ceiling, and a massive chandelier which contains almost every bone of a body. It sure is a macabre decor. Pripyat, Ukraine. Established in 1970, the city had reached a population of nearly 50,000 by the time it was entirely evacuated after the Chernobyl disaster in 1986. Pripyat has remained an inhabited city since the evacuation, although everything there remains exactly where its former citizens left them. Buildings, furniture, and all of the signs of life. Books can be found in classrooms, decaying dolls lying in cribs, and photographs in their original frames. The most famous landmark is the Pripyat Amusement Park's Ferry Wheel, a skeletal reminder of what used to be. Recently, Ukraine's government has announced that the site will become an official tourist attraction. Hanging Coffins, Sagada, Philippines. If you want to visit the dead in Sagada, you'll have to look up rather than 6 feet under. The people of this region are known for burying their dead in coffins attached to the sides of the cliffs. The tradition goes back thousands of years. Many of the cliffside coffins are hundreds of years old and all look completely different, as they are specially made by the person who now rests inside of them. Capuchin Catacombs, Palermo, Italy. The creepy Sicily's catacomb, the Cappuccini, was created back in the late 16th century when the cemetery at the Capuchin monastery became overrun. Religious men were originally intended to be the exclusive residents, but once word got out about the natural mummification processes occurring in the space, it soon became a status symbol for local citizens to earn a final resting spot there. The underground tombs now contain around 8,000 bodies divided into separate corridors. The corpses are displayed like a museum exhibit and arranged in a grotesque way. So what do you think? Would you ever set foot on these places? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing my channel and give me a thumbs up. Also turn on the notifications so you can see my future videos. Thank you!